Shalom and welcome to Who is Yahuah. Thank you for joining me as we gather today's portion from the scriptures. Today's reading is Barashyth, Genesis chapters 25 through 26. Barashyth, Genesis chapter 25. Abraham took another wife whose name was Keturah. She bore him Zamran, Yakshan, Madan, Madian, Yashbak, and Shuk. Yakshan became the father of Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Dedan were Ashuram, Lat Usham, and La Amim. The sons of Madian were Aifa, Afar, Chanak, Abidah, and Aldah. All these were the children of Keturah. Abraham gave everything he owned to Yatschaq, but to the sons of his concubines Abraham gave gifts while he was still living and sent them away from his son Yatschaq to the land of the east. The years of Abraham's life were 175 years. Abraham breathed his last and died in a good old age, an old man full of years, and he was gathered to his people. His sons, Yatschaq and Yashma'Al, buried him in the cave of Machpelah near Mamoreh in the field of Ephron, son of Taskhar the Kathite. This was the field Abraham had purchased from the sons of Chath. There, Abraham was buried with his wife Shirah. After Abraham's death, Elohim blessed his son Yatschaq, who settled at Bar-Lachi-Rai. This is the genealogy of Yashma'Al, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Matzrith, Shirah's servant, bore to Abraham. These are the names of Yashma'al's sons, listed by their names and generations. The firstborn, Nabith, then Kedar, Adabaal, Mabasham, Mashama, Duma, Mashah, Chadad, Thima, Yatur, Naphish, and Kadma. These were the sons of Yashma'al, and these were their names, by their villages and encampments, 12 princes, according to their tribes. Yashma'al lived 137 years, breathed his last, and was gathered to his people. His descendants settled from Chu-Elah to Shur, which is east of Matzrim, as one goes toward Ashur. They lived in opposition to all their relatives. This is the genealogy of Yatschaq, Abraham's son. Abraham became the father of Yatschaq, and Yatschaq was 40 years old when he married Rabkah, daughter of Bethuel, the Amori of Phadan Aram, sister of Laban, the Amori. Yatschaq prayed to Yahuah on behalf of his wife because she was childless. Yahuah answered his prayer, and his wife Rabkah conceived. The children struggled within her, and she asked, "Why is this happening to me?" So she went to inquire of Yahuah. Yahuah said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples will be separated from within you. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." When the time came for her to give birth, she discovered that there were twins in her womb. First came out red, covered with hair like a garment, so they named him Ashu. After this, his brother came out, with his hand grasping Ashu's heel, so he was named Yaqab. Yatschaq was 60 years old when she bore them. The boys grew up, and Ashu became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Yaqab was a quiet man, staying among the tents. Yatschaq loved Ashu because he enjoyed eating his wild game, but Rabkah loved Yaqab. One day, while Yaqab was cooking some stew, Ashu came in from the open country, exhausted. He said to Yaqab, "Please let me have some of that red stew, for I am exhausted." This is why he was also called Adum. Yaqab replied, "First, sell me your birthright. Look, I am about to die." Ashu said, "What good is a birthright to me?" But Yaqab said, "Swear to me first." So he swore to him, selling his birthright to Yaqab. Then Yaqab gave Ashu some bread and lentil stew. Ashu ate and drank. Then he got up and went on his way. So Ashu despised his birthright. Barashyth, Genesis chapter 26. There was a famine in the land, besides the earlier famine that happened in the days of Abraham. Yatschaq went to Abimelech, king of the Philistine, in Gerar. Yahuah appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Matzrim. Live in the land that I tell you about. Stay in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. For to you and your descendants I give all these lands, and will confirm the oath I swore to Abraham, your father. I will multiply your descendants as the stars of the Shamim, and will give them all these lands. Through your descendants, all nations of the earth will be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my requirements, my commands, my laws, and my Thurath." So Yatschaq stayed in Gerar. The men of that place asked about his wife, and he said, "She is my sister." for he was afraid to say, "She is my wife," thinking the men here might kill me because of Rabkah, for she is beautiful. After he had been there a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistine, looked out a window and saw Yatschaq showing affection to Rabkah, his wife. Abimelech called Yatschaq and said, "Surely she is your wife. So why did you say, 'She is my sister'?" Yatschaq replied, "Because I thought I might die because of her." Abimelech said, "What have you done to us? One of the men might have taken your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech commanded all the people, "Whoever touches this man or his wife will surely be put to death." Yatschaq planted crops in that land, and in the same year reaped 100-fold because Yahuah blessed him. The man became rich and continued to prosper until he became very wealthy. He acquired flocks and herds and many servants, and the Philistine envied him. The Philistine stopped up all the wells that Abraham's servants had dug in his day, filling them with dirt. Then Abimelech said to Yatschaq, "Move away from us, for you have become too powerful for us." So Yatschaq moved away from there, encamped in the valley of Gerar, and settled there. Yatschaq reopened the wells that had been dug in the days of his father Abraham, which the Philistine had stopped up after Abraham's death. He gave them the same names that his father had given them. Yatschaq's servants dug in the valley and found a well of fresh water there. But the herdsmen of Gerar argued with Yatschaq's herdsmen, saying, "The water is ours." So he named the well Yashma'Al because they disputed with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over that one too. So he named it Shat Anah. He moved on from there and dug another well, and this time they did not quarrel over it. So he named it Rachabuth, saying, "Now Yahuah has given us room, and we will flourish in the land." From there he went to Barasheth. That night Yahuah appeared to him and said, "I am the Elohim of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I will bless you and multiply your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham." Yatschaq built a slaughter place there and called on the name of Yahuah. He pitched his tent there, and his servants dug a well. Meanwhile, Abimelech came to him from Gerar with Achazath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the commander of his army. Yatschaq asked them, "Why have you come to me, seeing that you hate me and sent me away from you?" They answered, "We have clearly seen that Yahuah is with you." So we said, "Let there now be an oath between us and you, and let us make a covenant with you, that you will do no harm to us, just as we have not touched you and have done only good to you, and sent you away in shalom. You are now blessed by Yahuah." So he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. Early the next morning, they exchanged oaths. Then Yatschaq sent them on their way, and they left in shalom. That same day, Yatschaq's servants came and told him about the well they had dug, and said, "We have found water." He called it Shabah, and to this day, the name of the city is Barashyth. When Ashu was 40 years old, he married Yehudith, daughter of Ailan the Chathi. They were a source of grief to Yatschaq and Rabkah. Thank you for joining me to gather today's portion. May we continue seeking Yahuah through his word and growing in the knowledge of him one day at a time until Yahushua gathers us. Shalom.